in tune and live with the Urban Mail Show. This is a one-off right now. Um, and we got my man who wasn't here last week. You know, he had some business he had to handle because he's a businessman. But we got Corey Trey Dot Henderson on the line right now, and he's gonna give us his thoughts on Donald Sterling. So go ahead, Trey Dot. Explain yourself, brother, beloved.
Um, Yo, there's so many different angles to this topic. I'm gonna try to come from a different angle from most people speak on. Um, by far, I'm not condoning racism or trying to downplay it, but the fact of the matter is, he's one of many. And being that he's one of many, I kind of wondered, were people upset by what was said, or are they shocked about what was said, for the most part? And I know I talked to a few people about that. I mean, it wasn't shocking to me at all. So I mean, it was a secret tape or whatever, what have you. A lot of people wanted to see some sort of rebellion after that. I'm all for taking a stand and being proactive. I'm all for that. And some people wanted the athletes to walk off the floor, this now, whatever. But my question is really like, how many people really would walk off their job in that situation? I'm sure some would, but a lot of people that were talking were just really talking.
True indeed. So let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
if you were in the position of those players, would you walk off your job?
I might have walked off that day, but I wouldn't have quit. I wouldn't have immediately demanded a trade like right in the middle of the playoffs. I mean, I would have walked off the court that day if something wasn't done. Some kind of stand had to have been done, but making a stand and quitting is two different things.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you think that they're making an example of him?
Yeah, they did make an example of him, but they also know he's one of many. His big thing was his girlfriend embarrassed him around his peers. So there's probably, I'm just saying a number, 10, 12 owners that he might sit and have brunch with and all the stuff that they do. They all feel the same way.
True indeed. True indeed.
He just got set up by his jump off. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happened. I mean,
I think the punishment he got was deserved. I think they had to do that. I think Adam Silver did it because he felt like he had to do it.
right.
He wants to be the players. He wants to work with the players more so. David Stern before him used to work with the owners. So all this stuff going on with the owners and all the stuff he talking, that's probably been going on the whole time David Stern was there, because David Stern catered to the owners. Adam Silver seems like he more so wants to cater to the players. So it's going to be a change in philosophy.
Now, being that this guy, he has long money. We know that.
Yeah.
He has long money. Now, do you think that it's gonna affect him in the long run, as far
Well,
as
in the
him?
long run, it's not going to affect him at all. In the long run, it hurts his pride a little bit. He's embarrassed a little bit. He can't come to the arena no more. It's not whatever. But the guy, I mean, if he sells the Clippers, he's still gonna make mad bank off of that. The guy's 80 years old. They say he's suffering from cancer. I mean, he's on his way out anyway. I think this more so is for futures. This is something that where a precedent was set. It's not really hurting him at all. The
Okay,
only
so
thing hurting on him is his ego and his pride right now. It's
right.
not like he's gonna go broke and have to buy the townhouse next to me. He's still living a lifestyle that we could only imagine of, if that's what we're really desiring to have. I mean, his money has money that has money.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how is this gonna affect the NBA moving forward? Do you think it's going to affect the NBA? Period.
Honestly, no, because all it's gonna do is make all the racist people just don't open their mouth anymore. You know what I'm saying? So only way he got caught because he ran his mouth and got taped. So now a lot of these guys are gonna be more cautious of the company they keep and things of that nature. So and it's not a surprise that he's a racist dude. I mean, it's been, you could say, loosely documented allegedly that it's known that he's a racist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you look at the Clippers organization. It was known that this guy had similar type views. So it's not like it was a miraculous thing or something that just shocked everybody.
Right.
Like
Right.
if you heard if you heard Bill Clinton say it, it might shock you. Like, oh man, Bill Clinton said that. You know what I mean? Just a name to throw out there. Donald Sterling, that ain't really shocked too many people. And being that he won an NAACP award before, I mean that didn't make it better either. They accepted money from the brother. They knew how he was.
And let me get your opinion on this, because the guy, the head of the NAACP in Cali, resigned.
He had to.
Now, did he have to, or did he want to? Did he have to or want to?
If you know you've done some practices that can come back to haunt you if they investigate, you go ahead and resign so they can leave you alone.
So he had no choice. That's what you're saying.
I think that's the best choice. Yeah, just like a job, man. If the heat get on you, you did some wrong things. They either you resign or they take forth the steps to fire you. Or they take forth the steps to fire you, it can embarrass you and damage your career. A lot of times it's safer just to resign. That's my opinion on it. I think he just resigned. It's easier for him. If he would have stayed, it would have got hot.
It would have got hot.
It would have got real hot.
So do you think it's fair that they actually, like, they're telling him, like, you got to sell your team. You're banned for life. Sell your team. Banned for life. Sell your team. Banned for life. Do you think that's fair just because of what he said? What many of us say every day. Do you think that's fair?
I do. I do, because something had to be done. He just took that was the most severe punishment he could have levied, and that's what he did. He had to send a message. Any of us that have been in trouble before in our life have been punished too severely sometimes for small instances. It happened.
All right, no doubt.
Why is he special? I mean, the NBA is not trying to promote what he's doing.
No doubt, no doubt. Chris, I see you there. Go ahead and ask a question, Chris.
No, I'm just listening in. I got the I got an invite from TradeDot, and my phone's plugged up. I got some time to burn before I go get some coffee.
All right, go ahead and ask some questions, Chris.
What do you mean ask questions? Ask what questions? I don't even know what you're talking about.
We're talking about Mr. Sterling.
Okay.
So ask TradeDot, since he wasn't on the show last week. So ask him some questions.
I don't have any. I don't have any questions, man. Why
Okay.
you put me on? You can't put me on the spot like that.
Yes, I can. And look, you see my teeth is straight, right? They love it. They love it, beloved. Anyway, TradeDot. So, being that he has to sell his team, I mean, how is that going to affect his money, his revenue? Do you think
he's gonna fight it? But I mean, his money is so long. I mean, it'll affect him a little bit, but it's not gonna hurt him.
It's not gonna hurt him, is it?
This man ain't dealing with short money, man. People like us don't even exist to this man. Just like you give me $20, he's paying Chris Paul. That's like nothing to him, really. I mean, it's not really hurting him. It's more so just the idea that the punishment is being levied for the next person to realize this can happen to you too. More so than hurting him financially, because it's not hurting him financially at all.
No doubt, no doubt. And I agree. It's not going to hurt him financially. This man got long money, and he's 80 years old. He was born in 1934. So he has the same core and values that he's always had, that his mother and his father raised him to have. And that's to hate black people.
But see, the difference with that is Like my father was born in that era, man. A lot of the whites in that era hate black people, but they don't even consider it as hating us. They really believe what they believe. He actually thinks that he's responsible for feeding a lot of black families. Like he's really helped a lot of black people, so that he feels that makes him a good white guy.
Now, do you think that's true though? Because it's not true. Because everybody can't shoot a basketball. I'm flat-footed. I used to have a nice J. I used to have a nice J, but you know,
those guys on the court, they earn their money. Them owners are billionaires. So if they out there on the court playing, of course they get a percentage of that money. So it ain't like he's just feeding the poor people. You know, they working for their shade.
Yeah.
You go to work every day, you working for your money. They're not just paying you to show up. You know, Chris gets paid to go to work. You get paid to go to work. You know, it ain't like he's just feeding the homeless or something.
Exactly.
When he was ranting, you know, we all rant. I guess if somebody would have taken you and I ranting, they might hear some crazy stuff we said, but you know, stuff he said was what he meant. He wasn't just ranting, talking off of no Hennessy.
Yeah, true that. I get you with that. I mean, but so where does the NBA stand as now? I mean, is this a one-time thing, or do you think they're going to monitor it like more closely now?
I don't think they'll monitor it because of how his jump off first of all baited him into an argument. She baited him into an argument, then she filmed it. I mean, you know, filmed the audio, and then of course it leaks out. Like everything leaks out these days. I mean, there's nothing the NBA can do about that. I mean, and some people would say, you know, if you're married, stay true to your wife. You don't have to worry about people getting mad at you and sending money. I mean, if you got a jump off can do anything to set you up. I mean, even at our level, if you're married, you mess with a chick on the side, you tell her you don't want to mess with her no more. Hell, she might got pictures of you laying in her bed sleep or something. Your wife don't want to see that.
True indeed.
So I don't think the NBA can do anything about it. The jump offs are always going to exist. These dudes got billions and billions of dollars, 80 years old. A lot of these guys' wives know that they have women on the side like he had. They pay these women on the side to be their girlfriends. And anytime you do that, there's a chance that somebody films some of your conversations. So it's going to happen again, man.
Devil's advocate. If you was him, how would you move right now?
Down Sterling?
Yeah.
I sell the team. So what? If I'm him, I'm a racist anyway. I'll sell the team. You heard what I said. So what? I'm 80 years old, got cancer. What's good? Can't nobody do nothing to him. What, he can't come to the hood no more? He wasn't coming anyway. What can they do to him but make him sell the team? His pride and his ego was hurt. That's about all. That's about all. He's not about to lose his house or lose his businesses or nothing. He's good. What's the cheapest he can get? The cheapest he can get for the team, I think it's like $25 million.
Okay, so do you think it's gonna hurt? You know, because you know he has partners. He does.
It pissed a lot of people off more than anything. It killed some of his connections. People don't want to touch him. He can't get sponsorships or anything right now for a while.
See, that's my point. Do you think that they sat him down and said, you know what, go sit in the corner?
Yeah, he's in the corner right now.
He in the corner, right?
He's in the corner. He's going to be in the corner. Matter of fact, probably the rest of his life he's going to be in the corner because he's 80.
Wow.
The stress of this whole situation might take his life.
Wow.
Because if you got a room full of 20 racists, they don't want it getting out in public like that they racist like that. They don't want their views getting out in the public. Because part of one of his tapes, he said to her something about what are his peers going to say to him, this and that, or whatever. So that circle of people is mad at him right now because he kind of put them under pressure too. Because now they're going to think whoever he associates with feels the same way. So now they're going to be under a certain kind of pressure. It's awakened certain black people that really somehow thought that some whites didn't feel this way anymore. I don't know how anybody black can think that these feelings are gone completely, because of course they're not. I mean, I've dealt with racism in the workplace. I mean, through, you know, people in the higher upper positions. I mean, it's not going to just stop overnight. I've never heard anybody make a rant like that You know, I can't really. It's kind of hard to say how I would have reacted if I'd have directly heard somebody say that. That was kind of, yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Let me ask you this. Real talk. Um, you work for Donna Sterling, right?
Hmm.
And she's what, a Latino and what, black?
She's Latino mixed. That's all I know. That's all I know.
She's she's a mixed chick, right?
Yeah.
Um, now, if you found out your boss was like that, would you quit your job based off of your morals and principles? And I got new glasses, so you gotta forgive the glare off them shits because they're brand new. And these shits cost me $400, and I'm really mad tonight because I had to pay $400 today for these new glasses. Um, would you quit your job just because you knew your boss was a racist?
No, if I did that, I probably would have quit every job I ever had.
Why?
I mean, there's been racists almost every job I've worked on. I've been unfortunate to almost know that. I mean, to say I would just quit, now I would look for another job. Yeah, I would look to relocate myself, but I wouldn't just quit on the spot. I might walk off that day if something happened, but just to quit altogether and I have kids to feed and a mortgage to pay, I don't see me doing that because my father took way more stuff than that. His father took way more stuff than that. Yeah, this is a different time and era, but that's a knee-jerk reaction just to say you're going to quit right off the top. Now, I can't say what somebody else would do, but, you know, like I say, like I got a son in college. You know, I got stuff that has to be taken care of. For me just to quit like that and walk off, realistically, no, I can't say I would do that. Because
Okay.
I don't work for him. You know, I work to take care of my family. He might cut my check, but I don't work for him. I work for me and my family and the legacy I leave behind myself. I don't work with that man even on my mind or that woman. You know, me walking off and
I mean,
quitting, I'm not winning if I quit. It's not helping me. My light bill's still coming. My mortgage is still coming. You know what I mean? And my paper ain't that long where I can just quit a job and because I don't know when the next one is coming. I don't care how many qualifications you have. You got people with PhDs that's been out of work, you know, 6, 7 months. The market can dry up. Anything can happen. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
That's not justifying that racism, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't see doing that because you know, my father tells me all a lot of stories he dealt with, you know, working in New York City, the police department when he was younger. He did 30 years in the police department. He dealt with racism every day, firsthand. We talking about the police department. They got guns on them, you know, firsthand. All kind of stuff going on. He dealt with that. So just hearing somebody say a couple racist words, nah, I'm not quitting my job, bro. Now, if you say it to my face, I might get fired after I, you know, lose it a little bit, but that's another story.
All right. So, with that being said, where does this leave the NBA status in?
I'll say like I
Does it
think it was,
change? Does it change? Does it change anything, or is it
I don't think so. Charles Barkley or Kenny Smith, one of them said it. Just like anything that happens in the NBA, man, it's gonna die down and everybody's gonna forget it even happened after a while, man. You know what I'm saying? The Clippers won that series, so now they're going to the second round. Ain't nobody talking about protesting no more. Ain't nobody talking about Donald Sterling. It's gonna all die down. You know what I mean? Only way you hear more about it is if
so pretty much you're liking it to the concept of the hood thing, like will wear your face on his shirt but take it off in a week.
yeah,
Just
exactly. It's gone. Nobody's thinking about that no more. It's gone. It's gonna die. This is the only problem I have with a lot of protests, especially in the black community. We start off ready to just tear things down, then we just fade off like it never happened.
right.
The whole NAACP thing died down because your boy resigned.
Yeah.
But how many more people are giving money to the NAACP that's part of that man's crew? They do that to keep people off of them. That's how they prove to you they're not racist. They give you some money, they shut you up. You know, nothing new. Nothing new. But it's going to fade away, man. It's going to fade away.
And nobody's going to remember it.
Nobody's going to remember nothing about it. A lot of these kids going to get drafted by the Clippers in the next 4 or 5 years. Not even going to know what happened just now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to know nothing about it.
Yep.
ESPN ain't going to talk about it no more.
Yep.
It's going to fade, man. It's just, I mean, that's just how I see it being. I don't see it going any further. Now, if Adam Silver didn't put down you know, if he didn't hit him with the ban and selling the team and all of that, it might have lasted longer. Because players were going to really have an uproar if he didn't really penalize this man. So after that penalization and dude from the NAACP resigning, I see it just dying, man. Unless Donald Sterling try to make a fuss, but I doubt he'd do that, man. He say he don't want to sell, he gonna fight it, but that's gonna be it.
And my thing is, okay, you got a new commissioner, whatever, but who's to say that he don't feel the same way as Sterling did?
He might feel the same way as Sterling did, but he made the move he made to make himself look a certain way. Son, you got a lot of people out here that have a white wife that is racist. She might hate black people. She just happened to marry a black man. Just because a white woman go out with you don't mean she like black people.
Yeah.
You got white men that marry black women that think we all niggas. And got a black wife at home. So, I mean, I don't, you know, I take everything in face value. You're right. We don't know how he really feels. He might call Donald Sterling on the phone before he did it. He might have told Donald Sterling face to face, look, man, this is what I gotta do, man. I gotta do my job. I'll be by for some beers later on after I make this ruling on TV. We don't know. And even when he sell the team, for all we know, it might not even be a real sale. He might still get money under the table. We don't know.
He gonna get money. He gonna get money.
Something had to be done. Either way, something had to be done. And on paper, it looks good what he did. As far as the penalty, because that was the highest extent of the law as far as, you know, the NBA was concerned. So I was satisfied with that. You know, the team, the ball players are satisfied with it. So, you know, they move on from there.
So your personal opinion, do you think it was excess or not excess as far as like the penalty that they gave him? Being that we have, it's the First Amendment, like the freedom of speech. Like, I don't know if it's the First or the Fifth Amendment. No, Fifth Amendment is, you ain't got to say nothing, but First Amendment, freedom of speech. But do you think that he had the right to say what he said? And should he be penalized for saying what he said?
He had the right to say what he said. Nobody said he couldn't say it. They just said you can't say it and work within this NBA. That's all they said. They didn't say you can't say it. He can say it again if he wants to. They just don't want him to be a part of the NBA. Just like on this show. Somebody can get on this show and say what they want to say. If we vote that brother out, he can't be on this show no more. He can say what he wants to say. You can go to choose to take your job from you for saying it. That's something else you got to deal with. But you know you can say what you want to say.
True indeed.
So he can't use that as no argument.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Chris, you got any last thoughts, brother, while you're here?
He must be on mute. Well, I just don't hear it.
My bad. I was on mute.
Okay.
Nothing really to add. Just wanted to be a fly on the wall, listen to you guys chop up game, listen to the show. Yeah, that's it. You know, nothing really to add for this show.
All right, no doubt. Trey Dot, any last words? Go ahead, man. Speak your piece, brother. Or hold it.
No real last words. I just hate I missed the dialogue with all the brothers at one time. Because, you know, it's good to feed back and forth. I'm just saying, and I think me and Chris talked about it in the Facebook email one time, man. It's just my only thing is I just wonder are people just appalled by what they heard, or are they shocked by what they heard? And neither one of us really found it shocking because we know they're out there. It's just the fact that it went public. Now everybody wanted to jump up and do something, which they had to do. But the sad thing about it is, you give it a week or so, everybody's gonna act like Adam Silver saved the world because he banned this guy. So now nobody else is racist anymore. He's the only one that feels that way.
Right.
And we know that's not what's going on. Why does something drastic like that have to happen for us all to band together and say we're black and we're trying to, you know what I'm saying, progress? All that all kumbaya singing in the NBA is going to die down by next week. It's probably already dead.
Yeah.
You know, that's my biggest problem with it.
No doubt. So that's your last words, brother?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, no doubt. This is the Urban Mail. This is a one-off. Much props to my brother panelist, Corey Trade-Out Henderson, my brother Chris Coffey. I am Edward Ruck Coffey, and you're watching the Urban Mail, and we out of here. You know, peace
All right.
out. No doubt.